This is a Improv 2 video that I was going to put out later last week, but unfortunately, due to circumstances, I don't have a lot of time. I have to do finals this week, so I figure now's the best time as any to put this video out. This is the highly anticipated video I personally like to dub Dumbest Things Fanboys Had to Say Amongst the Gaming Community, or another title would be, let's see, Debunking the Lies, Hypocrisy, and Stupidity of the Gaming Community. Number 1. So we have a generous image provided by a Mr. Shadow Stepper on Twitter. We have the image propped up, and it promptly says, the cons and pros of PC. The obvious pro is that the internet is free. The con is if you're going to make a gaming PC, it could cost you about thousands and thousands of dollars. A pro is you can use console controllers like Xbox and PS3, etc. A con is you have to set up the controls, which could be a pain in the ass. A pro is some of the games are free. A con is majority of them have viruses. I'm not sure if he's distinctly just talking about the PC platform or if he's talking about the games in general on PC that has viruses. Now, let's debunk his argument really quick, really fast. The internet is not free. You have to pay a billing fee from your ISP provider, unless you're some kind of vagrant asshole copying off someone else's internet and Wi-Fi, and if you do, then that's just what you are. But the internet is not free. If you're gonna make a game PC, it could cost you thousands. Wrong, actually. They actually made a series called Kill Your Console, which entails that you can actually make a gaming PC for about a standard of $400, and even in that low-end PC, it's still more powerful than most consoles on the market. See, little man, I'll let you slide with the fact that you can, of course, use controllers on your PC, but one little thing where you fucked up wrong is where it's hard to set up controls on a PC. That is completely erroneous. I could download a tool for my PC right now called DS3 Tool, which will easily set up my DualShock 3 with any sort of game that has Xbox 360 compatible controller drivers. So I don't know what you're talking about. Get out of my country. Get out of my land. You don't deserve to live here with your stupid incompetence. Yeah, majority of games are free sometimes for the most part for PC, but I'm sure you heard of a little thing called Steam, where they have sales on top of sales, and I can literally grab games for like $3 as opposed to what I can get on PSN or the Xbox Marketplace. You missed that little detail, sir. You gotta go back and check into your information just a little bit more before you delve into the facts. Oh, and for the last con, majority of things have viruses. What the fuck are you downloading, you piece of shit? Download the right things instead of porn all the fucking time, and maybe you wouldn't get viruses on your fucking games, asshole. Up on number 2. 8K on PC is worse than 4K on console. Dude. I'm not sure if you checked your resolutions lately, but the next gen consoles only run 1920 to 1080p. The Xbox can barely get 900p on their games, dude. I don't even know what the fuck the Wii U does, but if you seriously think the consoles are capable of 4K, you have another thing coming to you. If you want a little bit of a rough estimate, then maybe, just maybe, 3 console generations down the line, it'll be capable of 4K gaming, but at this point, it is a definitive no. Hell no. They even have MGS5 optimized for 4K gaming, as well as GTA 5 for 4K gaming on the PC. I'm not trying to fanboy over PC. I'm not trying to put PC on the highest imaginable pedestal, but in terms of performance, it definitely needs a place there, and it has proven itself to run the course. So these are just facts. Number 3. 1080p on the PC is worse than 720p on the Xbox. This was a recent discovery from Blackbuster Critic, and someone else pointed this out to me, so I figure I elaborate on the issue. So, oh my god, this fucking... or whoever the asshole that came up with this. His stupidity is almost indescribable. 1080p on the PC at max settings at ultra will probably stomp any native resolution on the Xbox One, merely because, of course, it runs at a higher performance. I mean, you have things like anti-aliasing, and you have things like high shadows and resolutions and textures, and things like particle effects that could all be tweaked and toggled, while consoles have to deal with what they have to deal with out of the box. So in the end, you're getting a less optimized game for something that is completely customizable in every facet in terms of graphics at its native resolution. And as I talked about before with 4K, in the future, it's only going to go higher and higher and higher and higher. Speaking of which, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but I had to put a little visual in the background. So, I have Shadow Warrior running, 1080p, everything on ultra, maxed out. You be the judge. We have number 4 on the table, which is a few morons tell me that the Wii U has superior online to the Xbox, PS4, and PC. Yeah, it's a peer-to-peer distribution. Peer-to-peer normally can run into a lot of issues with no host, and they also can run into issues with capacity. With something like a server-based client, there's no need to worry about any of that. Steam runs just fine for me. PSN, with niggas that DDoSing, it works just perfect for me. Xbox, I heard from all accounts that works well. So, when I hear things among the Smash community like laggy online and being unplayable at times, and a lot of people revolting the online community for the Wii U, I wonder, where's all this positivity coming from? And not dealing with things like your bandwidth being completely ass fucked when you want to just play the game and relax. We have number 5 here. We're gonna open this up. You can't play games on your PC on a large monitor. Consoles do. Well, buddy, old pal, old friend, old Slim Jim, let's get to specifics here. My monitor has a HDMI port. So does my PC. You see where I'm getting at with this, right? You take the male HDMI connector, plop it right into that graphics card over there. Take that other end, plop it into that monitor over there. You're in business. You are in crisp, clean business. And you know the best part about this? A fucking simian could do it. A simian with his head up his ass can hook up a PC to a monitor faster than you can make this accusation. We have number 6 here. Insomniac games will get popular working only on the Xbox One. What? Okay, yeah. Let's break this down in about a matter of seconds. As if Insomniac games already weren't popular for Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank, and Resistance. Brother from another mother, I can honestly tell you, this well-established company does not need meme set overdrive in order to flourish themselves as a company. If anything, if fucking anything, those games that preceded it have already established their name into the cement. It's a done deal. It's scripture, is written, their names in the history books. They don't need that console or that stupid ass exclusive to tell them otherwise of what they already attained with their reputation. You're stupid. And now we reach number 7, and this was captured off the IGN comments when it came to the GTA 5 delay, and it promptly says, no one owns a PC. So I guess that means that you can't perform tasks in your daily lives, check your email, do your work, do your schoolwork. It's not like no one ever owns a PC in the place where you need it the most. That would be ludicrous, right? I would be batshit for saying that. I mean, it's not like people build PCs for a living. It's not like people build them for others. It's not like people have even pre-made PCs. It's not like there isn't a PC in the household unless you have like no shirt, some dirty ass overalls on, unless you're from the country where there's tumbleweeds all over the fucking place and you can't afford it. You can't afford a cigarette. You can't afford to take a shit. You take a shit outside. You take a shit on your dog. You take a shit on your cat. You're just full of shit. How about that? How about that? Instead of saying no one owns a PC, let's just say you're full of shit. We have number 8 at the helm. The Xbox One is more powerful than the PC anyway. Okay. I have the broom and dustpan ready for this particular individual. On screen we have the Xbox One specifications. And now we're going to do a quick little transition right here into the DX diag of my own personal computer. And as you can plainly see, the numbers, they do not lie, people. Higher frequency, higher RAM. Overall, these customized AMD chipsets are just inferior to Intel supported ones that support things like NVIDIA. And then there's the matter of the PS4 having less ESRAM issues and being able to run games at multiplat at its 1080p resolution. The One just has a hard time keeping up with this. I don't know where you Xbox guys are coming from trying to say that the Xbox is more powerful than a PC. It is not a customizable system like the PC. It cannot be upgraded. They increased the clock speed just a little bit from what I see, but obviously it's not enough for that to triumph over customizable hardware. Get it through your head, please. Number 9. PC is too hard to set up, therefore it's not entertaining to get into. Listen, if you're mostly going to be dealing with tech, you're mostly going to want to know the components of a PC. It's basically standard at this point. I mean, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It took me about a 30-minute tutorial to get my first PC up and running, fully optimized. No problems, no issues, nothing in the event viewer showing up. If I can do it, then you can obviously do it. And I don't think that you should set yourself otherwise because it seems intimidating. If you want to get into PC gaming, I would suggest just looking at a few tutorials, even taking a few classes. You know, your A+ certification, it teaches you a lot about the components of the insides of the PC. It teaches you a lot about networking. It teaches you a lot about GUIs. All exciting stuff. I don't think you should sell yourself short because it is hard to pick up. Do not let anyone convince you otherwise and tell you that you can't do something that you are interested in or you want to do. That is complete bullshit. You can do whatever you want. Don't let any groundling walk all over you because they think otherwise and they want to put you down. That is completely stupid. Fuck them and do what you please. Number 10. Someone told me they hacked their PC and installed Windows 7 onto it and that it ran faster than a PC. Well, even in some bizarro universe where you think that that's systematically possible to install that onto your PS3 and think that that's somehow faster than a PC is, then you, my friend, need to have an open brain surgery, and maybe they can be able to replace the pebbles and rocks and twigs and cat shit out of your head to make up an assumption like that. Never again. Don't ever do it again. Never do it again. How about that? But for the record, to answer this question seriously, no. An OS, an application will not make your hardware faster, no matter what the fuck you do on your PS3, whether you hack it or not. It ain't happening. Never. Next question. Question number 11. 60 FPS looks weird. Yeah, and so does your sex life with taco flavored kisses from your hand puppet, Jennifer Lopez. Next question. Question number 12. If a game doesn't run well 1 week away from release, then stop judging it. It's just a beta. Oh my fucking god, you fanboys make my head swell and splinter, and it wants to explode into a million dice little pieces of just gray matter and cerebrum. Please think for a second before making assumptions. That's all I ask, is to do a little research or to do a little thought process, because if you did, you will obviously know if there was a game that was 1 week away from release that had significant issues, then it's not a beta anymore. It is a game that is generally in the alpha phase, but they have one more phase after it, which they do all the coding and they finish up the game pretty much in a nutshell, and then they begin shipping. It is a game that is finished, it is done, it has gone gold, which should have had the bugs and the problems and all the other bullshit isolated out during the testing phase. So when I say something to the effect of a final product has significant issues that has not been patched, then these people should have tested their game, it's justified because they had plenty of time to do that, and the beta phase is long expired. And here's question 13. You paid full price for GTA, console fanboys. We'll be playing the game for years to come. Console games are for toy box fans, for kids like you. Well, let's delve into this, because this is obviously insulting on so many different degrees. Like, fucking, you can own any sort of console and play any sort of game for any age range, so what the fuck does the whole toy box argument come into? What a stupid pile of fuck. Look, as much as PC has some exciting stuff, I think PC elitists are the bane of this fucking community for pretty much several reasons, and that's this childish name-calling mentality that they have going on. It seems that they can't be adult enough to even introduce people who love PC, who wants to get into PC, without calling them some ridiculous ass insult. They don't want to introduce them gradually because they're a console peasant or some stupid ass nickname like that, when they have problems that crop up like this, and then they're scurrying about thinking of smart things to say, like, yeah, we're getting the enhanced port later. Oh wait, they're delaying the game again, god damn it. You know what I mean? The PC side isn't all perfect and sunshine and rainbows as everyone else predicted. At times it can be a cruel, unforgiving side. So that's why, even though I like the PC a lot, I usually stay to myself in this community because I don't want to have to deal with their bullshit. When you say things like, yeah, you pay full price for the game, they have GTA 5 first. Just let that sink in. If you're gonna be an elitist, then they deserve to sort of shove that in your face and say that, well, look here, the PC doesn't get all the exclusives that the console sometimes does, and you guys have to wait for a long, sacrilegious time to get your dues in. That's just the way the world works. As much as you tell them to deal with it, they're going to tell you to deal with it. So just come to terms like myself and be a multi-tier gamer owner. Own consoles, own PC, best of both worlds, huh? Number 14. The Wii U doesn't have an underdeveloped CPU. The developers are just too lazy to bump up the graphics. Maybe that's why all those third-party developers dipped out on the Wii U at the last moment, huh? That lazy architecture holding back games, dude. Number 15. PSN Online has been out of this world good since its debut, and thus the asteroid known as DDoSing came falling on PSN Plymouth Rock Earth. The end. And for the final question, number 16. On this DLC is great. You get extra content that you normally wouldn't have. Hey, chump. Dickhole. Dickwad. Fuckhead. What about having complete content that you already paid $60 for, and now you're paying over that retail amount for shit that should have been in the game in the first place? on launch. What is your major malfunction to support this practice? You ever fucking think about that? No? Dismissed. This is exactly why the olden days were much more superior when it came to distributing content via video games. PS2 era, you don't have to worry about shit like on this DLC. If there was an expansion, sure, you can go out and buy it for like a lower price, $40 at max. Fucking hell, it's like you guys are so golded into eating this stuff up. That's pre-order DLC, that's on disc DLC, that just people throw at you with no effort at all. You people buy clothes and skins, microtransactions. You totally let these guys like shove their cock down your mouth and you just accept whatever comes out. I think that's unacceptable. You should really do yourselves a favor and don't support things that's not on the disc and release day. I personally don't buy on this DLC. Capcom never fucked me over with any of their Billy Jack bullshit. I've never seen the positive benefits of pre-order DLC or on this DLC unless there's gonna be a fucking hot ass hooker that comes out of the tiny little hole on the disc and she gives me fucking fellatio for free. Then fuck giving them my money. How about that? Fuck giving them anything. The game better come at least complete, or it better be goddamn good enough to get an expansion DLC, because I'm not wasting my money on pure garbage, and that is a practice that is unsupported by my standards. So, this is Renegade Operative concluding the top 16 dumbest things fanboys have to say in the gaming community. I hope you really enjoyed it. There will be another part on more Pacific fanboys like Capcox or whatever the fuck fanboys there is, Activision, COD, hypercharged nerds, whatever you want to put it. There will be more content on this in the future. I felt great ranting and getting my emotions out on how I felt, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And as always, you take care. Also, the final disclaimer, this is not to be taken seriously. There are fanboys, of course, among us in our community, but at the same time, there are civilized folks who take opinions seriously and then they present them with facts. So I hope that everyone doesn't think that I'm attacking them. You guys with civilized minds in the gaming community that helps this industry grow, you guys are fine, but these ridiculous fanboys, they have to go. They have to just stop bothering everyone and pestering and just being complete assholes. And this is directed to them, not any of you civil folks.